guys? Welcome back to Me Watching Movie. I'm Mike. He's Shane. Yeah, we're wearing Ghostbuster suits.
Don't judge.
It's not.
Who are you gonna call?
It's not a big deal. These aren't mine.
They're not mine. They are. Who are you gonna call? Well, we don't goddamn know because it's all up in the air right now. Ghostbusters 3 is in the works, maybe. Actually, it's gonna happen. Apparently, according to Sony, it's gonna be rushed to 2015 development. But also, according to an article, various articles and sources over the internet, Ivan Reitman has decided to step back as director and just remain as a producer, and then help them get couple or a different kind of director for the movie.
Yeah, and everybody knows the sad passing of Harold Ramis, which is freaking terrible.
Sucks.
But what I thought when I heard that is, well, there's no way they're going to make Ghostbusters 3 now.
Yeah.
There's no way it's going to happen. And while I'll be honest, I want to see Ghostbusters 3. And Aykroyd comes out and he's like, oh, it's still going to happen. Just so you know, Ghostbusters. And it seemed a little quick to me. It seemed weird. I didn't really like that. It's like, that's not really, like, let it simmer for a while at least. I mean, Harold Ramis just passed away. But then it comes out that Ivan Reitman stepping down as the director, like you said. And they asked him why, and he's like, you're going to hear a lot of rumors, you're going to hear a lot of crap about it. He's like, the truth is, I went to Harold Ramis' funeral, and it was really moving for me. It was really inspirational. He was, you know, one of my really good friends. And it made me make the decision that I wanted to do smaller movies. I wanted to do more passion projects and things like that. And I didn't want to do this movie. So then it comes out that they have Ethan Coen redoing the script.
I like that.
Yeah, because Tropic Thunder is fucking hilarious.
You know, it's weird that he's getting hate. They're like, it sucked. That was a badass movie. Tropic Thunder was one of those movies that was an underrated comedy to me. I mean, it got a good amount of attention, but it was funny as shit.
Well,
I mean,
the other guy.
That shit smells just like baloney. No, I'm just saying, if Ethan Coen, they said Ethan Coen, Aykroyd, and Reitman have got a script they all love and like. They think it's a good script. They want to move forward with it. And I think that Aykroyd, I'm not saying that maybe it wasn't a little quick what he did, but maybe he's doing it in honor of Ramis, because Ramis was a big believer in the project too. Glad they're doing this because they're saying, you know, it's not the Bill fucking Murray show. Just because Bill Murray's not interested in it, we can still move forward with it. Obviously, you're not going to get the original 4 in it, which does suck. But maybe it's time that you need to just kind of let it go and maybe introduce some new Ghostbusters.
Well, they also said, I mean, we called it. I mean, they would come back and they would have the original cast for a minute or two or something like that. Have them make kind of a cameo, maybe pass the torch, something like that. And they were going to do something like that and then have a new crop of Ghostbusters since they're all older. And I don't know if they'll show Aykroyd and them in it at all. Maybe I'd love to see Winston in it and Aykroyd or whatever. That'd be really cool. Not as like the main movie because, yeah, maybe they are too old to do it. But, you know, I know everybody hates the idea of a new Ghostbusters movie, but I can't help it, and imagining sitting in a theater, watching the Ghostbusters song come up, and watching the fucking logo come up, that's going to be exciting. That's going to be really freaking exciting.
Most triumphant. I agree with you, dude, because I never got to see, Ghostbusters is my favorite movie of all time, period, and I never got to see Ghostbusters 1 or 2 in the theaters, and just being able to go there, you can be a kid again, and seeing it on screen, and the proton packs, and the fucking lights, and sound, and Slimer, and oh my god, it's just things are happening, and I think that would be amazing, that would be awesome, and it would also reintroduce the Ghostbusters to a new crop of kids.
Yeah.
And I know that, you know, but I actually had the fear myself. I was like, well, you know, the way Hollywood is and the way, you know, they're going to look at what sells and we got to be politically correct and we got to do all this stupid shit that nobody wants to see and they're going to just throw all this crap in it. I don't think that's going to happen though because Aykroyd and Reitman's sitting on his producer. You know Aykroyd's going to have his say in it. They know this is their baby. They're not going to let anything happen to it. They know.
And not just that, but imagine the fact, I know a lot can go wrong with it and it seems weird to do this, but I mean at the same time imagine the fact, what if it's great? What if it's great? And we're going to talk about some more news about like casting and directors and stuff like that. But if they get the right directors, they get the right cast, and the movie's written well, and it turns out to be amazing, then you've got everybody loves it. You've got a whole new thing. You do the sequels, everything. It could do anything you want it to. And then on top of that, the other news is the biggest rumor of the directors that just came out is going to be Chris Miller and Phil Lord. Yeah. Which holy shit, I think that's a fucking great idea.
Well, I didn't know who they were until you reminded me of 21 Jump Street, and that would totally work. The way
that kind of comedy.
Yeah, exactly. It would work perfectly.
And they also did the Lego movie, which I mean it's a different vein, but I thought that movie was fun for adults and fun for kids. It had some really funny humor in it. And think about all the guys that those two have worked with. They've worked with freaking Will Ferrell, Will Arnett. They've worked with all these freaking funny people, and they've got good relationships to these good actors that maybe you'd like to see be in the Ghostbuster roles. That could be awesome.
What about? That's what I was going to say. What about Jon Favreau?
I could
because you look at Iron Man, and he shot Iron Man. He had that blend of action and comedy. Yeah. And you know, you put him in a supernatural kind of story with comedy elements in it. I think it worked. What about Sam Raimi?
Sam Raimi? Yeah,
you look at Spider-Man, like Spider-Man 2, like that was the best achievement of the Spider-Man series, and he was able to blend both. So yeah, Sam Raimi.
I like that. I think the guys that did the Lego movie and 21 Jump Street would be good for it too. I do.
Go get her, Ray.
Okay? I do.
Well, I know. I'm just saying, like, I think there's a line you don't want to cross. You don't want to. I mean, Judd Apatow's. I love Judd Apatow movies. I mean, obviously they're hilarious, but you don't want to go too raunchy with it because then you just lose what made Ghostbusters great.
You also don't want to go too serious.
You don't want to go too serious, and you don't want to be too kiddies because then
it's not fucking Batman Begins. You know, you don't go dark.
I know. You just want to find the perfect line, and I think that if they got someone like, that's why I think Raimi would be a great choice because he can walk that line pretty well.
2 in the box, ready to go.
We'd be fast and they'd be slow. So
yeah. So that's the question today, guys. Do you absolutely fucking hate this idea? Do you think they're moving on too quick past, you know, with Harold Ramis?
Let me ask you a question.
Happening? They're starting out 2015 in New York, by the way, is when they want to start.
I was going to ask you, do you think that? I mean, this is a question that's come up. But like, maybe they should just leave it alone. Maybe they should just let Ghostbusters 2 be where it was and let it go. I mean, I can't say that, though, because I always wanted to see a Star Wars sequels, and they're doing that now, and people were like, that's sacrilege. And they said the same thing about Star Trek. They say if you touch Star Trek, you're going to get those nerds at your ass, and you're going to be, like, pooping, like, corn chips. But I think that it would be, I think that at some point you've got to realize, hey, this is a great franchise. People loved it. We can do a great job with making a sequel. People have wanted it forever. And I think it's okay. I think they can screw it up, but I don't think they will.
It's really up to them. I mean, it's really up to them. If they make a shitty Ghostbusters movie, it's going to be fucking tragic.
Right on top of your head, who would be your replacement for Peter Venkman? Like a new Ghostbuster that would be resembling a Peter Venkman.
How did you put me on the spot there? I don't know.
Paul Rudd.
Paul Rudd? I think he could be...
What if you put Paul Rudd...
He doesn't really have that confidence.
But he's got that smart ass.
Yeah, he does have that. I can see. I mean, I love Paul Rudd.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's right there. Talk about that right there when you really put the specifics. I'm like, you can't replace Bill Murray in that role.
I know.
You know what I'm saying? Well, I think they'd have to bring in new personality. I don't think that they can go by the same cutouts that they did with Winston and everybody.
What if they said no more Ghostbusters 3, let's just remake it?
Like
remake it completely. Like
no, you're not remaking.
That's what I was going to say. Somebody's like, well, why do we worry about this? It's already been like 30 years. Let's just remake the movie. I want to see it one more time. Just at least see Aykroyd and Zeddemore, Aykroyd and Ernie Hudson, and I know Bill Murray's not, but at least see them in their uniforms again. And of course, there was rumors Rick Moranis was maybe going to come out of retirement for it, and Sigourney Weaver. Of course, now Bill Murray's going to be an asshole still, and he's not going to be in it at all. Because that's what didn't Reitman say that? Didn't he say that? Bill Murray never said yes, and he never said no.
Yeah, it was impossible to get a hold of.
Yeah, he was like, oh, that's all he said, because he said all he would say was like, I don't like the script.
Yeah.
And they kept rewriting it, and that sucks. You got to be an asshole to keep doing that to somebody. Like, I don't like it, but I'm not going to read it. Yeah. And I think he was on Letterman one time. He's like, yeah, it's on my desk somewhere. I just haven't read the script.
Yeah. I mean, I agree with them that they are too old to be running around and have a full-fledged movie about it.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
I was saying like 20 minutes.
Right. But yeah, being in it for a few minutes, pass on the torch, I think that's an awesome idea. Yeah. So we could eat our freaking words, but who knows? You guys let us know below what you guys think about the choice of directors that they may be going with. Let us know, comment below, ask us any questions you want about it, and that's freaking it.
He slimed me.
We watched a movie. Yeah. We watched a movie.